YouTubers and subscribers to Ratliff Racing. Welcome back. I am Claude Ratliff. Today, being I don't have any maintenance or anything to do to the car, I'm going to take a trip down memory lane and show you all the cars and tell you the stories behind the ones that I raced. And I'm also going to set a milestone. So right now I have 31 subscribers. Once I get to 50 subscribers, the first 50 subscribers I get to, I'm going to put their name in a drawing, and the winner will get a free Ratliff Racing t-shirt. And once I get to 100, I will put that following 100 in a drawing, and then they will get a free t-shirt as well if they win the raffle. But I want to thank y'all for subscribing, and we're going to be off this weekend for racing, and then we're going to be hitting it hard. I think we'll be racing like 15 or 16 straight weeks before we get a week off, so should have y'all some pretty good footage. But for now, I'm going to show you the cars that I used to run from 2006 all the way up until now. Alright, so this car you see here, that's me and that's my dad. That was my rookie year, 2006, racing at Princeton Speedway. I got 2006 Rookie of the Year in the ministock division, which is the stock 4 in Carolinas. I raced every race. My best finish was 4th, and I also had my worst crash that year with 4 races to go in the season. I was sitting 3rd in the points, and I was only 14 points out of the lead. Now, I never won a race my rookie year. It was just consistent. I was always in the top 4, 5, or 6, and I was there every race. And I was telling you about my crash with 4 races to go. I got hit in the right rear, got put head on into our gate that lets the cars in and out of the track, and ended up doing some major damage to my car, and ended up busting my front end up pretty good, shoving my hood all the way up to my windshield on the car, and ended up busting my my power steering rack. So I missed 2 races. Made it to the last 2 races. I dropped from 3rd to 6th, and ended up finishing my last 2 races. Car wasn't the same again. Ended up bending the front upper control arm and everything, so it was hard to drive. But I ended up finishing 6th, got Rookie of the Year, and you know, that was my first year of racing. So the next year I ended up going to running Modified Street, which is considered Renegades down here at North Carolina. But hang on a second, I'll show you a picture of the car I ran and tell you the story behind it. Now, before I show you my Modified Street, I was going to show you the full picture of my mini stock, which was a box body Mustang. Had the 2300 4-cylinder in it, and it was bored to a 2350. I started off my rookie year driving this car, and ended up finishing the rookie year with this car. And like I said, I had that one bad crash. Other than that, I was really consistent in this car to be what it was. But Yeah, I started off number 11 was my Rookie of the Year number. And then I ended up changing my number to number 33 in my modified. So I'm going to get you the picture to it right now. Now this right here is my 2008 modified street Rookie of the Year picture. I ran, I think, maybe 8 races with this car. I ran modified street. It was actually a street stock car. There's a funny story behind it. Was I couldn't afford to get street tires for it, street stock tires, so I had modified tires on it, and I ran it in the modified division. It was just a bone stock 350. Ended up finishing 8th in the points with the car. We only ran half a season. They ended up shutting the track down, and I ended up getting Rookie of the Year with the car, finishing 8th in the points. Car wasn't the fastest car out there. Like I said, I was running with cars that had 600-700 horsepower, but I was consistently in the top 10 with this car, and ended up running the same car in 2009, and ended up changing the number on it and putting a little bit more horsepower to it. And I'll show you the picture of it in just a second. Oh yeah, 2008, my best finish with this car was 6th place. It was me and another guy battling for Rookie of the Year. He had a better finish than I did, but he ended up getting in a wreck, and I ended up passing him in the points, and I had a most consistent finish of the year for Rookie of the Year, so I ended up getting the title. Once again, never won a race. So hang on one second and I'll get you the 2009 car. This right here is my 2009 season. It is Princeton Motor Speedway as well in Princeton, West Virginia. Changed my car number to 29. I'm a big Kevin Harvick fan, so I painted my car up to be just like Kevin Harvick's. There's the car when it was on the track. As you can see, it's painted up like the 29 Pennzoil car. Story on this car is I was actually trying to finish up my schooling with this. I was in college, so I only got to race this car 3 times. Had the engine built. It was a bad car. I was running a 355 stroker motor, and was hanging with the leaders that was running 406s and big blocks, and basically the modified street class, you run what you brung. So it was, like I said, it was basically a street stock car when I first got it. Still was a street stock car, had the factory suspension and everything under it, but this was the fastest car I ever had. I was battling for the lead going down the backstretch, and I guess I was turning too much RPM, and ended up blowing the motor up my 3rd and final race in this car, and ended up finishing my best race with this car. I finished 3rd, and then like I said, ended up selling it, finishing my school up, and then went back to ministock. Alright, like I was telling you before, I was trying to finish up my schooling, so I stopped racing for a year. Got back into a ministock. By this time, Kevin Harvick was running the Budweiser car, so I painted my car like the Budweiser car, kept the 29 still. And this car here, it wasn't the fastest, but it was the most consistent car I had. I was all the time battling top fives with this car. We had problems with our track at Princeton Speedway. People buying it and it ended up shutting down. And, you know, it was the closest track I had to race at. But 2011, I was doing good in the points. I think I was all the way up to 4th in the points. Still have not captured my first win. But I was consistent top 5 with this car. Best finish I had with it was 4th. And halfway through the season, I was sitting 4th in the points. I was 32 points out of the lead. They ended up shutting down our track. So we never really did get to finish the season in 2011. So I ended up finishing 4th in the points. And then back in 2012, they opened the track back up. So I ended up running the car one last time before I moved down here to North Carolina. This was the car in 2012. This was my last race at Princeton Speedway. It was 4th of July weekend. They had a big race. By this time I was living in North Carolina. So I ended up, my dad and my uncle ended up helping me. They got me some tires for my graduation. And my dad painted the car and everything up for me. And made it look like a Star Spangled Banner car. That was actually the best finish I got at Princeton Speedway. I finished 3rd in that race. It was a Sunday day race. And I ended up starting, I think, 9th, and I ended up finishing 3rd. But like I said, that was the last time I raced at Princeton Speedway, and I ended up selling that car. I only ran one time that year. Like I said, I was finishing up graduating school, and I was married at this time, and my baby was on the way. So it was a kind of a special event for me, one-time race, and I ended up selling the car. Got out of racing for a few years, and then ended up getting a divorce with my first wife, and ended up meeting my new wife, and she wanted me to do something to make me happy, and I told her racing was what made me happy. So this next car I'm going to show you, it's a special car. She was the car owner of it, and me and her both went in half on it and got this car. But hang on one second. Alright, so as you can see, this car here was in 2016. This is when the Ratliff Racing officially started. Before I was CNS Motorsports, or CNS Racing, which stood for Claude and Son, which was my dad's name was Claude, and I'm Claude Jr. So my dad got bad off, and he used to go racing with me all the time. And like I said, he used to go racing with me all the time, and he got bad off. He's disabled now. So I have nobody to go racing with me no more, except for my friends you see in my videos. They go racing with me when they can, and whenever they can, it's normally me, and I have to ask somebody for help over at the pits to help me, get my car on the trailer, and if I get a flat, to help change my flat tire and everything. But other than that, it's just me. I miss my dad going with me. He's my best friend. He's the reason why I really got into racing. I wanted to make him proud. But like I said, it was CNS, which was Claude and Son Racing. And then once he couldn't go with me no more, that's when I started up Ratliff racing. And this car here I'm going to show you, East Lincoln Speedway 2016 in Lincolnton, North Carolina. My first time racing on dirt in North Carolina. This was a bad, fast car. Like I said, it was a mini stock, which was a stock 4 down here. It had a 2330 S-Linger motor in it, and this thing would haul the mail. This race here, I was in first place, and the rear end ended up breaking loose in it. Broke the rear end, slung me around into the inside wall. Hit the wall so hard that it broke the air cleaner stud off, and a nut went down in the number 3 piston and ended up scarring the piston wall and cracking the block. So couldn't afford to get the motor redone, so took some time off from racing, sold the car, and I only raced the car twice in 2016. And first time I had heating problems, but this race here was my best race, the best chance I ever had of winning a race. So 2017, we went to this car here. It was a stock 4 as well. That's my beautiful wife, Tracy, and we went my original number when I first started racing, and I wish I had the car. It was a Toyota Corolla, and I painted it number 81. So I kind of went back to my very first year racing with the number. Went back to 81, and this is at East Lincoln as well, and ran this car 3 times in 2017. Once again, my wife helped me with the car, and our best finish was, I think, 4th in the car, and we ended up selling the car, and ended up buying a house, so kind of got out of racing for another couple of years. That's the car on the track. That was the last time I ran it, and like I said, we ended up finishing 4th with this car at East Lincoln, and it was a pretty solid car. It was a good top 5 car. But then a couple buddies of mine met down here, talked me into getting back into racing, and so in 2020 I ended up getting this car here, which is my Kia, 2005 Kia, and started running the front wheel drive class. We ran 2 races last year, and they ended up having to shut down the track because of the COVID. But I ended up finishing 5th and 6th with this car, and really ain't got much to say about that year because, like I said, we only ran 2 races. So this year, 2021, this is the same 2005 Kia Spectra. Put the Camaro nose on it and a new wrap on it, and this is the car you're going to see me run the 2021 season. And so far, only upgrade I did to it is what you've seen is I put a header on it with a downpipe. Stock computer. Haven't raced it yet. We're hoping to race in 2 weeks and see how she does. And yeah. So this is really my full first year running front wheel drives. I ran rear wheel drives my whole life, so wish me some luck. But yeah, that's my story. Yeah, like, subscribe. You have any questions, leave it in the comment. I'll be more than happy to answer. And like I said, once I get to 50 subscribers, the top 50, your name will go in a drawing, and the name I pull out, I'll send you a free Ratliff Racing t-shirt. And my milestone is going to be every 50 subscribers. So once I get to 50, then I'll get to 100, then 150, and so on. Put your name in a drawing and get you a free t-shirt out of the deal. But thank you for subscribing and watching my channel, and we'll see you next time.